What up, and welcome back, hackers, to number 3 of this VulnHub walkthrough series. This one from the machine Bob. This box was interesting as it threw me a couple curveballs. I got to learn about GPG decryption as well as the importance of checking the source code. You guys have plans for New Year's? Hopefully, no Cyberpunk 2077 craziness, meaning unwelcome crashing going on. Seriously, that has to get fixed. Is the awesomeness that is Keanu Reeves so great that he can make games this unplayable? I mean, honestly, think about it. Like, what other celebrity that has appeared in a video game caused this many problems in it? Yeah, that's an interesting question. Anyway, moving on. All right, so this box felt pretty straightforward in terms of navigation on the target site. We find some Yusuf 411 in the source code. And we're going to be looking at code execution as well as a couple ways of decoding base 64. Now, without any further ado, let's get it. Okay, as always, we want to start off with our nmap scan. Of course, nmap dash SV for verified versions, SC verified scripts, dash P for all ports, dash A for all outputs, Bob, and we have the IP address here. Now, for this particular one, I'm going to do two things here. I'm going to go ahead and show the results of here. First, as you can see, we have port 80, and we also have this 25468. Now, going back to my first video that I made, I mentioned the reason why I use P-P for all of my scans is because by simply using a regular nmap scan, as you can see, where I just use SV, SC-A, it only gave us port 80. So that's the main reason why for each one, I always make sure that I put this in here just to cover all my bases, just so I don't really miss anything. So as we can see here, we have port 80 open, and then we have this other SSH port open here. So next thing that we want to do is we want to go ahead and begin running our Go Buster here, and this is the command that we use to do that. Go Buster dir specify our word list and the URL. Use -r. We have file redirects. We have output of that. Now I have, where did I put that bad boy? There we go. Alright, looks like that one did not give us anything. But what I also did was ran derb as a backup, if I could spell that correctly. And I was able to get these 3 pages here. It always stays safe. Just use a different application as a backup, just in case if you don't get results that you're looking for. Like I currently use GoBuster, and sometimes, as just in case, I like to use dir search, just to be on the safe side. Now our next one, we're gonna run Nikto, just to see if we can find anything off of that. And Nikto, we are going to use Nikto-H for host and the URL. And we already ran our scan here. So, going to see our results here. Really doesn't give us much of anything. Looks like it just gives us the same links. Actually, no. Okay. So this gives us 3 other links here that we can look at. We have a dev shell, lat memo, and a passwords here. Alright, so let us take a peek at the web page itself. So looks like that we have website under construction and a few links here. One of the things, again, that I like doing is seeing where I can look at source code to try to find any hidden messages anywhere in here. So there's nothing there. Check out the news. Dean McDuffie, head coach. Okay. Oh, hello, Nate Dogg. Hold up. Hey, wait. What is this we got here? Looks like that this is a base 64 string. So I'm gonna go ahead and see if we can decode that. There's two ways of doing that here. One is just simply just going online and looking for like something base 64 decode and just running that and seeing the results here. What does it say? In other news, some dumbass language for shame made a file called passwords.html completely brain dead Bob. Wow. Sound like a very mean person. Alright, that's one way of checking that. Another way of checking or decoding something here is by simply running echo, entering our string there, and base 64 dash D for decode. You can see we get the same results there. Okay, now let's double check. Let's go ahead and backstep here. So we have our index, which will most likely be our main page. Robots.txt. Let's open that. And this gives us the same links that we found here, the same pages here. So let's take a peek at what this says. Let's go from the bottom to the top. See what we got. So we're gonna go with passwords.html. Really, who made this file? At least get a hash of your password to display. Hackers can't do anything with hash. This is probably why we had security breach in the first place. Come on. Since there's no space. People, this is basic 101 security. So Bob kept this up to yell at people. Why not just send it in an email? Alright, so let's check out our next one. Lat memo. See what that gets us here. Okay, memo. It's like from Bob again here. Hey guys, IT here. Don't forget to check your emails regarding the recent security breach. There is a web shell. Oh wow, thank you for letting that out. Running on the web server with no protection. Okay, but it should be safe as I've ported over the filter from the old Windows server to our new Linux one. Bob, you talk a little bit too much. Okay, so let us keep it moving. Next page is going to be dev shell. Let's take a peek at that. Sounds fairly self-explanatory for what we might find, and yes, indeed it is. Okay, so looks like that we have a command shell here. We're going to go ahead where we can input something, submit it, and then get the output down here. So let's try some command of ls. Get out skid. Thank you very much for the name calling. And let's try something else. Let's see if okay, same insult. Alright, let's take a peek and see. Okay. Whip. Must be part of the 80s Devo song. Don't forget to report any bugs. We don't want another breach, guys. Okay. See here. So, running into a little bit of a snag. So, cannot get anything from our input. So, let's see if we can get something from output. And let's see if we can use netcat here. Autocomplete kind of showed the command that we're going to be using. Which is going to have run echo ampersand, ampersand. Now, these two, all it does is basically say it lets me do something based on whether or not the previous command worked. So if echo works, then this just says, all right, run this right after. So we're going to go ahead and run netcat onto our box here and try to execute under bin bash. So that means that we got to set up our netcat listener right here. And we're going to run it and see what we get. Blammo! We got a command shell. So, awesome sauce. Let's go ahead and upgrade this with Python once I can spell it correctly. Hopefully that's not going to be an ongoing thing. Okay, Python-C, import pty, spawn. And oh no, we have error. Hang on. Okay, let's give this one another shot. We still got a show, thankfully, but we're gonna try this one again. Can I do that? No, I can't. Maybe I need to use a space. Freaking really? Freaking typos. Space dash C. Alright, so now let's see how this one works. Okay, there we go. Awesome sauce. Now we have something to start off with. So let's get to it. The basic enumeration. We're gonna go uname a. See we have our name here. Host name. ID. Who am I? Okay. So now that we have this info here, let's go ahead and check out our privilege escalation. So let's go over to our Prevesc here, start up another Python web server here. Python, not Python. Damn you. Python 3. There we go. Put this on 8001. Wait, actually, I'm supposed to do that first. There we go. Okay, dokes. So we have this running on 8001. Going to use first on see where we're at. Okay. We're going to navigate to a temp folder. Looks like we found one here. All right. Enumeration.sh. Okay, saved. Now we're going to make this executable. Then lastly, we are going to run this with the level of 1, output this to lse results.txt, and we're gonna let that one go. So, while this is going here, one thing that we should have already tried, but will once we adjust this one now. Put this one to a window. Copy that. Paste that. Okay. Get our shell here. Let's go ahead and upgrade this first. P2Y spawn. What the flippity flaps? Okay, okay, you stink. Oh, what do you know? Looks like I don't have a shell. All right. We'll forget you then, punk. Anyway, we got our LSE results sitting right here. So let's just take a peek at this first. Okay. All right. From the top. All right. Looks like we have 4 users here. We have Bob, JC, Seb, and Elliot. All right. What else do we have? Can we list sudo commands without a password? Yes, we can. And it looks like this is what we can do. All right. So before we go any further into that, let's do some digging as far as where we are and what all do we have access to. So we're going to go back a couple folders, go over to our home directory. Let's see what Bob has. Anything in there? Nope. Anything here? Yes. So we have, looks like we have 3 files here. Actually, let's see if secret is either a file or a folder. Yes, it is. Keep out. I don't wanna. Oh, looks like that's why. You naughty, naughty little boy. So let's not go in that direction. Let's just go with the knot. No looky in here. Really? You don't tell me what to do. You ain't my mama. Alright. Looks like we got a notes.sh file in here. So let's go ahead and take a peek at what this might have in it. Okay. So let's bring a bash script where it is going to be echoing each one of these individual commands. Why would you need a script to do that? So let's go ahead and place this right here. Notes to look at later. And let's go back and keep digging. We're not checking out your nudie folder there, buddy. So we have, looks like a login GPG file here. So this is going to be an encrypted file that we won't be able to look at. But let's see what the staff one is. Go ahead and cat staff. Seb seems to like Elliot. Wants to do well at his job. Gave me a backdoor FTP to install it. Apparently Elliot gave him. Okay. James does nothing. Pretty lazy. Doesn't give a chat about his job. Elliot keeps to himself. Always needs to challenge everything I do. Try to keep an eye on, trying to get him fired. Wow, you are nosy. Alright, so looks like that we have a few more files here. We have Hello Grand Python file here. Wheel of Fortune and FTP. So let's go back a step into Elliot, not Eliot. Idiot. Okay. Alright, so looks like we got something else here. The admin is dumb. Pretty straightforward file name there. Let's see what this is. I've changed my password to the admin is dumb. Okay. This looks like that is his password there. One thing I almost forgot to do is to list everything that's in each folder, just to find anything hidden if there is anything. Okay. Oh, and it looks like that we found one. We have flag.txt right here. Let's go ahead and see what that's all about. Permission denied. I hate your guts. And let's go back to Bob and let's try to relist there. Look at that. We have an old passwords.html file. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a quick gander at that. JC, Corti, Seb. Okay, so this looks like we have found some login credentials here for JC and Seb, as well as Elliot here. So let's see if we can log in as one of these here. So let's go back. Okay. Looks like we are officially logged in as user Seb here. And if we can get an actual user to log into, always run sudo-l just so we can see what permissions they would have for that particular user. I may be wrong, but all users are going to be set up different as far as their sudo privileges are concerned. Again, I'm a beginner, I'm learning as I go. And so here looks like we can run this as root, as well as service as well. And we can definitely check out the get the fuck out of here bins. But something about this is throwing me off here. Why make a script to echo individual line from these? Okay. I totally forgot the name of what this is, but it reminds me of an episode of MacGyver. Not the new one, but the old one. Where he was going against his worst enemy. What the fuck? Murdoch. That's right. Alright, so let's see. Let's see. Start of each sentence is a letter. Duh. Don't know why the hell I said it like that. So let's go down here. So we got H-A R-P-O-C R-A-T-E-S. Okay, so what the hell is this? Let's see if this is a word in a language. And yes, it is. Referring to ancient Greek, was the god of silence, secrets, and confidentiality. Ah, okay. Well, so it matches to what we're doing here. So, if this was in Bob's folder, then this must mean that this was capital letters. Could possibly be a password. So let's go back over into Bob's documents folder here. Okay. And there we go. We have our login.gpg file here. Now, how we decrypt this, we're going to use the command gpg. And the passphrase. Freaking crap. Forgot I have to do this in the correct order. So we have gpg. Gonna run batch. The passphrase, which is this here. And the file name, which is that. Okay, what the frap? Trying to guess what you mean. Encrypted with. Let's see here. Did I spell this correctly? Let's try this again. HARPOCRATS. Okay. Not capital. Okay, and paste that. Login. That. Whoops, forgot. D. Before I forget, the D switch is for decrypt. Just to make sure that was clear there, as this mouse does not want to freaking highlight. There we go. Okay, there we go. That's why we needed that there. So we're gonna hit enter there. Okay, and as we can see, we had encrypted with new login. Damn you, mouse! The new login of Bob and Bobcat underscore. So we are going to add this to our collection of passwords here. And we are going to now log in as Bob, not Bobo. Enter in his password. Okay. Confirm that we are Bob. Now we're going to go sudo-l in order to check his privileges. And it looks like he can do all the things. Alrighty. So Seeing as though he could do everything as a root user, as if he were a root user, let's go ahead and get ourselves a root shell. Seeing as though he would have those permissions to do that. And how we're gonna pull that off was we're gonna run sudo bash, and as you can see right here, showing that we are root. Just confirm that. We're gonna run ID root. What's my name? Don't know why I said it like that. Root right there. And let's go ahead and see. Check out our root folder, see if we can see our flags. We have our flag.txt right here. Get that. Congrats on gaining root. Just in case, let's go to the actual root folder and see if there's anything in there. Just as a backup. Okay, looks like we officially have rooted this box. This was actually fun. As I was saying, it was pretty quick. I want to try to go as fast as I can on this one. But I hope you guys had fun watching it, just as well as I. And we see you next time. We're going to be tackling Cybersploit from the OffSec Playground. I might do one more VM, but that's my next goal, is to start tackling the machines from OffSec. All right, I will see you guys later.